2024 is almost over and you are still not fluent in English. Specifically because you still haven't overcome the fear of speaking in English, specifically in front of native speakers or in public. Now, I am your English teacher and I just cannot let you pass on another year without becoming confident in English. I just can't do it. I won't. And that is why today in this video, I have for you some super practical tips, some role play examples, and some exercises that you can do today, right now, to boost your confidence and fluency. If this sounds like something that you want to do before this year is over, then stick around. Hello my lovelies and welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are going to start this video by addressing the elephant in the room. Why do you think we are afraid of speaking in English in the first place? So for non-native speakers, specifically us Indians, the fear comes from the thought of making mistakes or of being judged. Now here's the truth. Making mistakes is the part of learning. I live in Canada and I know that even native speakers while speaking English make mistakes sometimes. The trick is, how do you build your confidence in spite of making those mistakes and keep going? So let's break down the fear and tackle it step by step. Step number 1, a very important one. Change your mindset and embrace mistakes. The biggest problem is that we all want to be perfect when we speak. I want you to forget that idea. I want you to throw it out the window. Because the more you speak, the more you learn from those little mistakes that you make. So a simple mindset shift is to look at the mistakes as learning opportunities, not as something that you should be ashamed of. For example, if you mix a tense or use a preposition wrongly, I want you to embrace that mistake, learn from it and move on. The idea here is not to speak perfectly. The idea is to start speaking. Communication is not about being perfect. It's about being understood. So as long as आप communicate कर पा रहे हो अपना idea, you are okay. I know that it is easier said than done, and that is why I have an exercise for you to achieve this kind of mindset. So what I want you to do is strike a conversation with a friend or a colleague in English. Now deliberately make a mistake. जानबूझ के you make a mistake and then correct yourself with a smile and move on. This is going to help your brain to stop freezing when you make a mistake and just recover smoothly. It is also going to help you put less pressure on yourself for being perfect. When you will realize that making small mistakes doesn't really make a lot of difference to other people, you'll just stop beating yourself up for it. In the second step, we are going to work on building confidence through small, low stakes conversations. Now, I will explain what I mean. I want you to communicate in English in everyday situations where the stakes are low. Meaning, if you mess up, it wouldn't really hurt you in any way.
The best opportunities to do this are:
number 1, when you are ordering food at a restaurant. Number 2, when you are talking to a customer care executive over the phone. These are situations that are opportunities for you, where even if you make a mistake, who is going to judge you? And even if that customer care person will judge you, how would it matter really? It wouldn't. Now, I will explain by doing a quick role play example. So suppose you are at a cafe, right? And you are ordering something. Hi, can I get a cappuccino, please? Sure, what size? Medium, please. Anything else? That would be all. Thank you. That was simple, right? Now, these mini conversations help build your confidence step by step. Step number 3 is practical public speaking in safe environment. Now, public speaking can be a little intimidating. I know that. And I don't want you to go and give a speech in front of hundreds of people. That is not practical. Now, here's a confidence building exercise for you. I want you to write down a topic and speak on it for 2 minutes, recording yourself on your phone. After that, I want you to go back to that recording, and I don't want you to focus on the mistakes. Just don't focus on the mistakes. Focus on if you are able to communicate your idea. Whatever you had written, whatever you wanted to say, were you able to communicate the idea through? This helps you get used to hearing yourself speak in English, and it reduces the self-consciousness. We have this thing, right? When we speak, we think, oh my God, how am I sounding? Am I right? Am I wrong? So this is going to help you break that self-consciousness. Our 4th step is to learn common phrases to keep the conversation going. Now, one fear that many of us non-native speakers have is running out of things to say when we are in a conversation, right? Somebody is talking to us and then we just stop because we don't know what else to say. The best way to not be in such a situation is to learn certain common phrases. You don't really have to know everything in English. It's a trick. Just learn a few common phrases. I will give you some examples. Could you repeat that, please? That sounds interesting. Tell me more. I know, right? But what do you think about that? So these kind of phrases are lifesavers when you feel stuck, because they invite the other person to give their opinion and talk more about the topic. Memorize a few of them and you will always have something to say. Our 5th and the last step is to avoid common conversational mistakes. This 5th step is probably going to help you the most. In this step, we are going to go over some common mistakes to avoid that will instantly make you sound more confident in English. Here are 3 things you need to avoid. Number 1, overusing filler words. You know what filler words are, right? Like, so you know what I mean, right? Overusing these kind of words make you sound unsure and underconfident. So avoid them as much as possible. Second, speaking too fast. Avoid speaking too fast. What happens is when we get nervous, we tend to speed up. It happens with me a lot. Every time I'm nervous, I go on speaking like so fast that nobody understands what I'm saying. Yeah. It is okay to slow down, and you will notice that the most successful speakers out there take pauses when they speak, and they speak slowly. It is absolutely okay to do that, and that is exactly what you are going to do. So you are going to avoid speaking too fast and slow down a little bit. Slowing down gives you more time to think and makes you sound more confident. Third and the last one is stop over apologizing. Every time you make a mistake, you don't really have to say, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Half of the time, people don't even notice that you are making a mistake. So, when you make a mistake, once or twice you can apologize if you feel like it. Otherwise, you can just correct yourself and move on smoothly and confidently. Here is an example for you. I'm going to say the same sentence in two different ways. You tell me which one do you think sound more confident. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to bother you. But can you tell me, do you know where the library is? Please. Or, excuse me, hi. Can you tell me where the library is? Now, did you notice the difference? Just by avoiding a few filler words, just by talking a little slowly, I sound more confident than when I was talking fast and using a lot of filler words. So, there you have it. 5 steps to help you overcome the fear of speaking in English. Remember, the key is practice and mindset. It's absolutely okay to make mistakes. What you have to do is speak more, listen more, and build your confidence one conversation at a time. If you liked this video, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also, you learned something new today and I'm proud of you for that. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.